Hyderabad to serve. Calicut to face. It's match number 8. The Heroes versus the Hawks.
Well underway. He said it in the pre-match. They have to get the middle in, and Trent O'Day is the first one that Lau Sujan goes to. Even with the free ball, he goes to the middleman. It's a little bit of a tentative start for Hyderabad within this first rally, and because they're tentative, it's the Calicut Heroes that take the opening point.
For me, that was exactly as you called it, Louis. A little bit shaky there in the beginning. You saw the very first point, the setter set behind instead of in front. Sandoval was not in the right position, or there was a miscommunication. That ended up in a free ball for Hyderabad. They needed to convert that and get that first point. Instead, they gave another chance to Calicut.
Jerome Beneath, their 30-year-old superstar, their outside hitter from zone 2. Off the mark straight away, he's the big threat. Matt Hilling! Oh, great stuff from the libero there. And they want to review it. Kishore Kumar, the coach there, is very confident.
That's an early call for a challenge, because remember, if you lose the challenge, it's gone for good. So they have to be really sure.
Yeah, we talked about using the middle. In the opening game where they won 3-2 against Ahmedabad, Lau Sujan used the middle 16 times. In the loss against, well, the second game when they lost to the Thunderbolts, they only used the middle 8 times. They've used the middle twice in the first 2 points.
Trent O'Day there with that spike. Now the challenge has been denied. We'll move on now. Once again, this time the serve worked really well. Trent O'Day.
I like that. Exactly like you said, Louis, getting the middle involved immediately. The point goes gone, they come right back to him, and he says, I can score this time.
Well, again, Trent O'Day, 3 sets already for him in this game. And to think, last outing, he only took 2 kills in the entire game. He's already on that tonight, I think. Well, he's only on 1 because of the left, sorry.
Now, we spoke about how Hyderabad showed brittle defense in that last game. But on early evidence, it seems like offense is the best form of defense. They've decided to come out all guns blazing. And that might just work for them.
Yeah, absolutely. That seems to be the path to victory here. We've seen teams playing timid. They're not going that far. Last night we saw a 5-0 win because the team came out absolutely guns blazing.
The battle for me this evening is Trent O'Day and JJ against Sandoval. We're talking so much about them using the middle more, Hyderabad, but that's Sandoval's street. He owns that area, so that's going to be a big battle for us. This serve out the back, we won't learn anything out of that one at this moment in time.
Trent O'Day with the serve, straight to Matt Hilling. Where did that land? Doesn't matter, there was a touch. Calicut go 3-2 up. Jerome Beneath once again. He started the runs, the point scoring for them. He's got his 2nd point on the board.
Yeah, he was the 2nd top scorer in the last time they were out with 9 points. Just behind Ashwin Raj, actually, who had 10. So I like that they're getting him started early on.
Absolutely, I'm really intrigued to see how the middles work, because Sandoval's such a threat. The opposition middle block is going to hold and hold and hold to watch Sandoval. It might just open up the opportunities for Beneath and Co on the wings.
Have Hyderabad prepared more for Sandoval or for Jerome? They better be prepared for both of them, because that threat looms large from zone 2 once again. Jerome Beneath into the thick of things. Those are the 2 pillars of the Calicut side, Jerome and Sandoval.
You've got to give Lau Sujan credit. He's obviously been told to run the middle more, and he's trying to run it when, for me, it's not quite there then. And in turn, gets a little bit caught up, and Jerome gets his 2nd point of the evening.
Yeah, Shafiq just reading that really simply and early. Look at his timing. He's jumping with John, and that's just a recipe for disaster for the attacker.
Well, it's certainly a different Hyderabad performance. They're running the middle early on, but they're 2 behind with Sandoval with an absolute rocket serve. Hilling's the blocker, and it's blocked out by my eyes on the right side. War Guru War already.
Yeah, we know he's going to be huge in this match, and I think you called it. They cannot just go over and over and over to him. That's why they're trying to switch it up from early on, but that bump set, meaning there's not really anywhere else to go. Great swing out.
That's also the things there that Lao Sujan is making that ball go 7 or 8 meters towards Guru, so the blockers are under pressure all the time. It's not predictable. There's pressure on the block to cover a lot of distance to get in his airspace as well. Serve out the back.
Perhaps trying to make amends, Guru, there for that previous failed spike. Just giving it a bit too much on that serve there, landing outside. Another service error that gives Calicut a 2-point lead. It's so important. Louis Lett has studied sports psychology. So important to live in that moment.
Easier said than done, sir, as well.
Absolutely. Here we go. This time Guru does it. Finds the angle. Finds that sweet spot and backs it.
Right back to Guru for a RuPay on the go point. He is the leader of this team for good reason. They're going to find him in offense.
But look again, it's another play where the ball's had to travel 7 or 8 meters to find Guru, and it puts the pressure on the block, almost gets a one-on-one. Hilling wants to have a little investment into the angle, leaves a little bit of line free.
So much athleticism. He's hitting basically at the top of the antenna there.
To me, Lao Sujan is having a much improved game already from 2 nights ago.
Free ball, chance for Hyderabad. Backcourt attack called, so the point will remain with the Red Army.
Interesting, because again, he's investing in the middle. Just because it's on the backcourt doesn't mean for anyone watching at home he's not doing the same job. He's trying to hold that middle blocker there from Calicut to then go to the outside and get some one-on-one. So it's investing all the same. The execution is a little bit out, but it's okay.
He explained to our viewers what happened there. For all those who are uninitiated, may not understand what a backcourt attack is, do that in due course.
Just means you attack behind that white line, just like Guru did, but that's the way to do it. You cannot touch it with your foot. Guru, absolutely clean and elite.
This kid's insane. 22 years old, taking matters into his own hands.
3 back-to-back points for Guru. He wants to lead this team to their second win. They could well go up to number 2 in the points table. If this is a big win, they can displace the Mumbai Meteors off that second spot, who gave us a match to remember last night. And I'd like to tell you guys, I still haven't recovered. My vocal cords have. I can still feel the adrenaline rush. It was absolutely maddening last night.
We've had 2 amazing nights in a row, haven't we?
I expect nothing less from this one.
We know that Calicut Heroes have a few wrinkles in their offense. I think what we've just seen, we'll have another look, is one of those wrinkles led by Kishore Kumar.
Well, it's a day when Ashwins in the world are doing well. Ashwin for the Indian cricket team and Ashwin here for the Calicut Heroes.
That's a beautiful combination play, by the way. If you saw, the blockers were jumping with the mid-on. He floats just over the shoulder, opening up that space. Very nicely done.
Well, Shafiq with the serve onto the front court receiver of Hyderabad. They try and run a combination, and that's brilliant from the Blackhawks. It's another way to run Guru. It's not slow. They're running a combination on the left-hand side of the court. Everybody's looking at that, and then they feed Guru to the right.
Guru is absolutely destroying the Calicut Heroes defense. That's been the story of the action so far. Sandoval, where was he?
Well, I'm asking the same question because Guru's been fed a few times in a row, so now as a middle blocker, that's when you start cheating a little bit. Take one little step to get out there. Make sure you have a 2 blocker out there every time.
Pun intended, I get the drift. He should have drifted to his left there.
Oh.
Once again, what's happening? The hawk attack is here. 7 apiece in the first set.
Now Sujan has run a great game for me. He's worked the middle so early with the pipe attack, and that means he goes to Guru 3 times in a row and he scores every time. It's because he's fed the middle, he's kept Sandoval interested, and then they run a combination and still run Guru, and that keeps Sandoval really on his toes, watching everybody else.
Oh, nice up. Oh, Day with the set. Oh, and he's still Guru from out of system, set from the middle, inside a little bit, and he still scores.
TOD, baby, in the game.
Well, if he can get in any way he can, that's all right. A little cool technical timeout. Stick around, come back. Welcome back to the RuPay Prime Volleyball League. Guru is absolutely dominating for Hyderabad right now. We knew he would be. He's already got 4 points in this match. That puts him at 34 points. He's the top spiker in the league for a good reason. Look at him right there in the front of all of these more experienced and older and international players. But, question mark, can he hold on for 5 sets in a row? Does Calicut slow him down?
I think he absolutely can, Key. I think it depends on Lao Sujan and the way that he balances everything. We have a great seat in the house, but so do the RuPay VIP box be on the go.
30 spikes so far, or 30 attack points so far. Talk about that adjustment. Not in a position to spike that. Hyderabad will have a chance now. Here comes Torpedoes. Oh my word!
There it is, and that's why all that work is paying off when they have a chance to run the middle. They've gone guru, and then that one time he goes back to the middle, and it's catching the setter, blocker off guard.
Sandoval's been nowhere so far because of Lao Sujan's game management. He's run the pipe. There's 4 or 5 different players he's watching for, Sandoval. He's not just going straight to Guru every time, and that's the difference from Hyderabad's previous performance against the Thunderbolts.
I think Calicut need the experience of Ukra Pandyan to come to the fore. He's a vastly experienced guy, Sandoval. Now he's woken up. Good morning, Mr. Sandoval. What would you like to have for breakfast? A spike like that? Sure, coming up.
Well, that was a delicious spike from Sandoval. We know there's more of that coming because this is what he loves to do. Get in really sharp cross, really heavy-handed with his shoulder.
You can see that O'Day's really diving into 5, and he always takes too sharp an angle. He's expecting something a lot tougher than that.
I tell you what,
battle.
This spike could be the turning point of this match for Sandoval, for the Calicut Heroes. Just keep the ball in play, will you? You expect better from a player of Ukra Pandyan's experience, because Hyderabad are inching closer to closing the first set. Ukra Pandyan, their former India captain, has got to raise this game.
This league is crazy. You never know what you're going to get. Every evening, something different happens to what you expect. A team who maybe didn't perform perfectly the time before come out and play like this. Put the pressure on Calicut, who were superb in their first game.
This time it was Jamal Jerome from Zone 4 there. Zone 2 or Zone 4. He's always in his zone.
Yeah, he can hit from anywhere, but I think another interesting point to make is that Calicut has only played 1 match so far. That's beautiful on the line, by the way. Perfection. But they've only played 1 match, so maybe they still have a few kinks to work out, whereas Hyderabad has had 2 chances on the field.
Yeah, I think that's huge. I think early stages in a competition where there's not many games over a short period, playing more. Oh, Matt Hilling! He was the calm of the Calicut Storm in their opening game. Now he's bringing a little bit of fire.
If the Calicut Heroes were scarred by Hyderabad's early aggression, Hilling is ensuring that Calicut are healing.
I mean, the one thing that we have to take with us is we're talking a lot about how well Hyderabad are playing. Look at the score, it's 10-10. We feel that Calicut haven't really got going yet, but they're still level.
Another attack from Zone 4, this time works. Have we found a new hero or what? The number 2, Heyman there. He-Man, Heyman, call him what you want.
Yeah, I like that swing, just calm and cool and aggressive into the corner. He's been a little bit quiet, but we know he can do better. He had 9 points in the last matchup, but look, he's just going really deep. He's targeting that space between the libero and Sandoval just a smidgen late, because we haven't seen this hitter yet.
Now we've seen Sandoval sort out his spiking form. He's got to get his blocking right. The swiftness with which he moves to his left or his right could perhaps determine the fate of the heroes in this match. Oh, great move from Ukra. Was it still in play? Who gets the point?
Well, Ukra actually finished their last match with a dump just like that, so I think Hyderabad has to have it on their minds.
He's done that 4 times in this league, and he scored every single time so far. But if I'm Hyderabad, I'm looking around wondering why nobody's got that, because he's 2 meters off the net. Trent O'Day, okay, middle blocker, he's not in there to scoop those. Maybe not, we'll give them the benefit of the doubt. My word.
Those 2 dreaded words, super points. Ask the Chennai Blitz what those words mean. What happens when it goes wrong? This super point is worth 2. Jerome in the front court. That is crucial. Sandoval to serve. And so, if Hyderabad receive well, he will get a chance to spike first. Not bad. Here we go. SV Guru Prashant gets it. Went down the line. He deposited a diamond in that pond. Gives them a 2-point lead, and they're 2 points away from sealing the first set. Well done, Guru.
I wish I had the stat on this, because I feel as though almost every single time that Hyderabad calls a super point, they give it to Guru, and not only that, he scores it.
Well, we see your super point, and we'll call one of our own, say the opposition. Calicut need to side out now. He's a very cool, calm customer, Kishore Kumar, but maybe even his heartbeat is heart rate's pretty high.
Now let me explain to you what's happening here. Calicut have called for a super point. This next point is worth 2. And so, if Hyderabad win this next point, they will seal the first set. It's a race to 15 points. A simple looking serve. Here they come, and they get it. Scores are level. Jerome, under pressure, always delivers. He's the phoenix of his team. They always deliver.
I mean, it's absolute clutch. He does deliver. It's off the net, and he just stays high. He makes a calculated decision. He doesn't try and do anything too crazy under pressure. He knows he has the height reach. Great swing.
He's the harbinger of good news. He's the first man that always delivers happy news, Jerome Mini. Under pressure, if Hyderabad had won this point, the set would have ended 15-13. Remember, it's a race to 15 points. You don't have to have a gap of 2 points. Jerome Mini is thirsty for big success tonight. Wow, what a great night we've had so far, but that's what's coming up on India's favorite Sony Sports Network, the UEFA Champions League 2022-23. The round of 16 starts a day after Valentine's Day, so the love continues on the Sony Sports Network. Coverage starts at 12:30 in the night. Watch it on Sony Live as well. Not just that, the Europa League comes up as well. The playoff will start on the 16th and the 17th February, nice and early at 10 p.m. So watch volleyball in the evening, followed by football only on the Sony Sports Network. As we always say, hashtag Sirf Sony pe dikhega.
I've never seen anything like this. Watching volleyball around the world, my hair's standing up on my arms and my neck every single time I walk into this arena. And this is a huge moment, and it goes back to the man on the right side. Guru has been immense here this evening.
SV Guru Prashant, you will see it on that replay. This man has supreme ability. He takes off like a leopard, pounces like a cheetah. That was a RuPay on the go, rasping shot, a slap that will hurt.
If Jerome is the FedEx, he is the Amazon Prime. It comes overnight.
14-13, set point.
Oh!
Where did that land? Just outside. 14 all, that means both teams now have set points. Whoever wins the next point will win the first set.
If anyone asks me why I love this league so much, it's the situations exactly like this. Traditional volleyball, you've got to win by 2 clear, but not in India.
Last night, it was 14-14. Chennai missed their serve and never got back into the match and lost 5-0. What is Calicut going to do right now? They have to put it in. Whoever wins this point wins this set.
Matt Healing, the captain, is a wonderful serve. He gets the point in. Oh, it's 2 up on the outside. They've come from behind, the Calicut heroes, to make a break point when they needed it the most. 2 blockers on the wing. Calicut take the opening set, 15 points to 14.
is a huge block for Calicut. They knew exactly where that ball was going. Hyderabad have been relying on Guru to deliver the points, and Calicut just has to lean in and take that block. So it's 15-14. Come back, we've got more volleyball for you.
It's another highly entertaining opening set. As we have a look at the statistics, it's 1-0 to the Calicut Heroes against the Hyderabad Blackhawks. And have a look at the stats. 2 blocks to 0, especially at crunch time. Very, very key moments. They stepped up, the Calicut Heroes, and they'll be delighted. Well, you can get exclusive stats. www.volleyballworld.com is where you find them. League standings, top scorers, who's made the most blocks, that's where you find out.
This is high-octane stuff. Not conducive to weak vocal cords. I've just ordered a liter of hot water, lemon and honey, because looks like it's going to be quite a workout. Ukra Pandya to serve. This is the start of the second set in match number 8, in the kind of atmosphere that's never been as loud. What do you say? I mean, this is deafening, and I'm losing it.
That's exactly where you want to play as a volleyball player. This atmosphere right now, and it's pressure on the server, and it makes it difficult psychologically when you step behind the line, but this is it. This is what they've trained for.
I was watching the Calicut Heroes practice serves, and 8 out of 10 of those serves were landing outside, and they kept hitting aggressively. I wonder if that says anything about how this team has decided to play, what brand of volleyball they want to play. And we've seen that as a feature in most teams, especially David Lee's team as well, the Bengaluru Torpedoes. All teams pretty much want to serve aggressively. Nobody wants to sort of notch it down.
Yes, but they have to cut down on the errors, because you have to force the other team to play. And you can allow the other team to make errors like that. Put the serve in, and the set comes, and the attacker is not able to get it past the net. That's basically a free point for Calicut.
It's really important for me that Hyderabad don't get too down in the dumps and start to lose a little bit of motivation, because I thought they were brilliant in that opening set. But it was also great from the Heroes. They were behind for long periods of time, and you have to say, Matt Hilling, we've seen people miss serves at those key times at 14-all, and Hilling won't get the Heroes welcome of the likes of Sandoval, but he is underpinning this performance with some of his plays at clutch.
On that occasion, it did work from zone 4, from Trent today, I think it was. Just couldn't find the angle there.
Yeah, we talked last time about how Hyderabad didn't find their blocking rhythm, but that is perfect out of Trent O'Day. He's pressing in that inside arm. That's the angle he's taking away, and he's pushing it back to center court.
The battle between these two foreign players, O'Day versus Hilling. Hilling, the captain.
Well, Trent O'Day made 4 blocks in that opening game against the Ahmedabad defenders. He didn't make 1 against the Kolkata Thunderbolts, and it just shows. We saw them trained here, and we said if they could get Trent O'Day in the game for long periods of time, they have a chance. But without them, they're really struggling again. He's in the game, no surprise, they're hanging on in there.
Sandoval. Oh, what a serve! That's how you bring your opponents down on their feet.
Killer serve from Sandoval. He's targeting that zone right between the libero and the outside hitter. That's sort of a confusion zone. They have to communicate. They have to talk about whose ball it is. In this case, nobody able to get it.
That's like a 10-pin bowling strike, isn't it?
It's fascinating because in the end I have to give some credit to the libero just for getting a touch on it. If that ball touches the floor, 1 becomes 2 very quickly. And Anne did a great job just to not leave it.
Yes, Anand means happiness. He was anything but happy on that occasion. Okay, here comes the set. Trent O'Day gets it. That is audacious from O'Day.
It's a different Trent O'Day this evening. Because he's involved in the game, it not only helps the team, but it's bringing the best out of his personality as well here. He's starting to really give, and this is the team performance from Hyderabad that we saw in their first game against Ahmedabad. Very, very good cohesion.
Hyderabad have got to quickly forget about what happened in the first set. Hardly anything to choose from between those two teams. It's just that one moment went Calicut's way, and they've got to believe they can still win this 4-1 or 3-2. Whoa, what a move. What a shot that was, laced with anger. From the number 14 there, Shafiq Rahman.
Hello, Ukra with the set from basically in the back court. I want to see that one again. That is clutch. Sideways to find his middle. That's huge.
Oh, baby. We like that here.
I mean, I as a middle appreciate when the setter is basically pretzeling themselves to try and get that ball to his hitter.
Exactly. The message that sends to the opposition, though, is that they have to hold even longer than they normally would. So it opens up the wings even more in those out-of-system or rhythm plays.
What a serve. But they can make amends. No, they can't. The captain was there, manning the door of that defense. He shut it on that spike and said, don't even think about coming again tomorrow. I'm here. You've got to go past me. There he is, senior Mr. Hilling, Matt Hilling's father. Well done, son.
Yeah, he'll be really happy with that block. But the reason why there are 3 blockers there, Guru had to step in and set, so everybody in red knows that that ball is going to the outside.
Again, Hilling is going really unnoticed in the effect he has in this team. It happened in their first game. He only scored 2 points, but what he adds is really, really good.
What about this man, Guru? Well, they blunted one spike from him. Will he get another chance? This time it goes to the other man. In zone 4, should he have gone again to Guru in zone 2? Too late.
It's a good question, Manish, but again, you can't keep overusing the same weapon. That's the point of having 6 players on the court at any given time. John Joseph doing his best to go over his shoulder there, just over-rotates a bit.
And just to quickly add to that, the perfect game, if you have a look back, I think the Thunderbolts 2 nights ago, they used every offensive weapon equally, and then you know the opposition blockers are having a nightmare.
This time the block was there, and they're struggling to keep it in play. What a blockbuster block that was from Calicut. The red door shuts and shuts just in the nick of time.
We're seeing both sides of Hyderabad here, because the first set they were really together, animated, pushing hard, and now they're struggling to get back in this second set. Will they or will they not come back in? Will call technical timeout.
Welcome back to the RuPay Prime Volleyball League. Question for you, who is your Nippon Paint fan favorite of the match? You can go to the official RuPay Prime Volleyball League Twitter handle @PrimeVolley and cast your vote. Here are your options. For me, it's always going to be Guru. Who is it for you guys?
How do you not pick a blocker? You're a traitor for the blockers community.
I can only back the blockers. I mean, I'm repping the blockers all day long, but this man has just been so impressive. He's really carrying the team right now.
Impressive is an understatement. He has been insane tonight. Here we go. Once again, the block was there. This is becoming a bit of a habit between Shafiq Rahman and Matt Hilling in the front court.
The service pressure from Jerome too much. Carlos Andres Zamora just off of the bench. It's his job to come in and try and steady the ship, but that comes with its own pressures. It's not easy coming in here. 2 up on the right winger, and look at that man.
Just that replay told me that these two could well win an Olympic gold medal in synchronized swimming. It's almost like they were programmed. Is a software inbuilt. Take off in time. Fantastic stuff. 9-3. A 6-point lead for Calicut. Hyderabad better beware. They've got to come back. And he is the man. The captain. The skipper. Their chief warrior. Guru the gladiator can make it happen.
Well, his face tells you everything as well. He's been set over and over. In those difficult situations, he's trying to do what he can, but here it's perfect. He's got a one-on-one. He can really swing high and deep and go around Matt Hilling.
He scored 16 in the first game, 14 in the second. So it shows that they need more than Guru. There were 2 contrasting performances. We know he's going to get 15, 16 points already, but we need to get everybody else in the game again, I think, Pete.
Yeah, it's too much pressure to put on one player. Last night we saw Mumbai with a huge team performance. Literally every area of the court was firing. The libero, the setter, the middles, the outsides, the opposites. And here I'm just seeing one player who's being relied on for everything.
Absolutely, that Mumbai performance was the best for me, alongside the Kolkata Thunderbolts in their second game as well. That's better through the pipe, starting to change the course of the play. Lao Sujan.
If only they could measure the speed of this fight. I couldn't see it. I couldn't see it. Spare a thought for the man who's facing it. Wow, this looked like real-time in-action replay. They did not.
Well, you should be able to see it because we're using that Costco ball. It's not the Mikasa, the blue and white that we're used to seeing. Excuse me, the green and yellow.
Big Dish with that vicious spike aiming for Jerome beneath. And 10-5.
Imagine what his week's been like. He wasn't here, Vignesh. He wasn't playing, but due to an injury, he's coming and he started to play like this. Like, I take my hat off to anyone who comes in late without training and can start to play like Vignesh is now.
Some might call him lucky, but I've been taught luck is when talent meets opportunity. Can he make this opportunity count and look luckier?
You're a wise man, Manish.
These are just borrowed pearls of wisdom, my friend. This one's from my broadcasting hero, Harsha Bogle. Here we go. 11-5. Guru! Oh, almost got it. Oh, yes! This is world-class volleyball. The absolute best of offense and defense. This is Volleyball 101. Volleyball defined for you.
Yeah, Calicut just kind of ripping apart Hyderabad right now. They are relentless in their offense. Run by this man right here, Ukra. He's got two blockers up, yet still able to find a way through it.
It's interesting because we thought this team was built a lot around Sandoval in that first performance. But what we're finding out now is that Sandoval's just the fifth gear, just the extra that they can go to for a bit of extra speed, because everyone's contributing and they're doing an unbelievable job of it.
12-5, Calicut racing ahead, a 7-point lead, which will be near impossible to wipe off. 3 points away from taking a 2-0 lead, the Calicut Heroes. They need something special from Guru. Oh, and that land just inside on the line. Yes, it was. A strange-looking spike that was. I haven't seen that too much.
Yeah, and this is one of the players that we've been watching that he can be up and down, this Arun character, so sometimes you're going to see a huge swing out of him. Sometimes he might just completely miss it, but on this occasion, finds the end line, and that's enough.
That's a shot my dad would say a good bad one.
It's like the inside edge for foreign cricket, was it?
Correct. You could not put it any better than that.
Chinese cut or whatever.
Yeah.
French cut, call it what you want, as long as it's effective. Let the points come. 12-6 the score. Ukra sets it. That finishing touch didn't come on that occasion. Hyderabad must consider themselves lucky.
That's a big block, big moment for Hyderabad. They need more of that. We talked about it in the opening. Getting that big one-on-one, that is a confidence booster, a momentum booster for the team in orange.
I suppose he couldn't time his jump right, or perhaps trying to hit it too hard.
I've also got to throw it out there. The way that Sandoval played in the opening round, he's making such a difference. We've not seen him as much, but the middle's committing to him every single time. It's another block though. They're going to have to get Sandoval back in the game soon.
I called Guru the Swiss knife of this team. And looks like he's going to have to do more than just spiking. He's got to support the blockers as well. Ashwin on that occasion couldn't do the job.
Yeah, huge blocking, really important moment. I like that Hyderabad's kind of stepping up in that role. They're taking away that line shot from Ashwin where he wants to go down.
Adeshwaran, the number 16 there with that block. Still a 4-point deficit. Hyderabad on their way back in this second set after losing the first one. But the Reds look in red hot form. Sandoval, Jerome, Ukra, Panyan, Hilling has given us so many moments worth treasuring. It could be an NFT, which you could buy from treasureclub.io. Two of my commentary partners are both treasures as well. Key Michael and Louis Litt. You're both treasures, but you guys are invaluable. You guys are priceless. No one can own you guys.
I don't know.
More on that price tag later. Or pay
That
them.
they can't.
Well, this has been such an exciting match already. I feel it's a little one-sided. The boys in red, Calicut, starting out really strong this set, but Hyderabad have a lot left in the tank, I feel.
The beautiful thing about this game is that you're only a super point away from being back in it. And although Hyderabad started this set so poorly, surely they've got to take confidence out of the last 5 or 6 points that might have to wait to see that come to fruition in set 3, but they're getting better and growing.
There was this one moment when Sandoval scored his first spike, and I told you guys that could be the turning point. And it looks like that's exactly what's happened. Hyderabad has called for a super point. Desperate times call for super points. Now, if they lose this point, Calicut win this second set. A super point, once again, is worth 2. Ukra to serve. Keeps the ball in play.
Oh. Oh, I like
well
that
done,
set.
Libro. Still in play. Ukra sends it across. Anand. Ati. Another moment. Well done, Libro. Sandoval, what a rally. It's what, 2 points? This time they give it. The Black Hawks Hyderabad prevailed. They held their nerve. They kept calm. And it paid off, and how? The deficit now down to 3. Is there a twist in the tail?
There's a lot left in this volleyball tank, but I like that you called that the libero, doing everything here. He stepped into set, a back set first of all. Great defense from the other side. It continues on. It's a super point, and for me, a super rally because everybody stepping in.
If you want to know why liberos are important in the sport of volleyball, go and watch the replay of this point on Volleyball World or on Sony Live. How crucial are these two men? The liberos, absolutely sensational tonight.
Warriors, Aaron Sibby, take a bow though, son. Off the bench, 2 big rips on the right side.
13-10. Will Calicut lose their way? This is such tactical stuff. Matt Hilling. Line himself was not in the right position. That was not the right shot selection. Ukra made a mistake. He should not have set the ball like he did. It should have gone to zone 4. But the moment is gone.
I think Ukra had to step in and take that tip, and that's why that was out of system, and Matt Hilling had to step in and set. So it was a little bit awkward there on the Calicut side, and Hyderabad taking advantage of it.
If only the ball had gone to Sandoval. The deficit now 2 points only. Wow. That's more like it. It's still in play. Spoke too soon.
Oh!
It's still in play. It's not over till it's over. It's going to go on. Sandoval gets ready. But guess who spikes it? It's a lesser known name. It's a lesser known threat.
My jaw is on the floor. It's another huge rally. It swings Hyderabad's way, and it's back to 1 point from 5.
Ashwin, his name has the word win in it, and why wouldn't he win this battle? This was such a topsy-turvy, up and down battle. Both teams gave it all, and then eventually Ashwin came up with that golden touch that gave the Calicut Heroes a set point.
If this doesn't go Hyderabad's way, they had their opportunities. Especially the second phase for me, while Lao Sujan didn't fire the middle quick enough to Trent O'Day. It's a little bit tentative in the hands. Now Calicut have 3 set points.
Here we go. This could be the moment, unless... No, it won't. Or will it? No, it will. The first referee, Praveen Kokar, teasing the world just a wee bit. Delaying his decision by that extra second. He had everyone's hearts in their mouths. Oh, so much drama.
Well, there must have been a touch at the net by the blockers there. We'll see it again. Matt Hilling not arguing. He's saying he didn't touch it, but the touch has been given, so no point in challenging it at this stage. Calicut just need 1.
2 more set points. They will have it now. What a tame and anticlimactic end to the second set. The Calicut Heroes win the second set in a row. Hyderabad threatened to make a comeback. They flattered, not to deceive, but only to promise a better show. They are thrilled to bits. Safir, the team owner, Matt Hilling's father, Senior Hilling there, and this Red Army. It's rare to see here. We're loving it. What a sizzling Saturday night it's been so far.
Yeah, disappointing end there. That ball just flying out the end, but we've seen some incredible volleyball so far. There are the scores, 15-14, 15-12. Don't go away, because we've got a lot more coming your way.
Welcome back to the RuPay Prime Volleyball League, brought to you by A23. Calicut Heroes 2-0, that's the big stat. 17 successful spikes to 12. Hyderabad have been good on the front court, but then have a look at the unforced errors that goes with it. If you're aggressive, sometimes that works against you. There are more stats of the RuPay Prime Volleyball League, www.volleyballworld.com.
I've got some more stats for you. Yesterday in that 5-0 win, Mumbai only had 15 errors in 5 total sets. Here, Hyderabad already have 11, so I think, from what I've seen from the successful team, we'd like to think it's the aggressive teams that are going to win, but actually it's the ones who play kind of clean and smart and don't make these errors.
Ahmedabad defenders made 11 errors against the Bengaluru Torpedoes. Didn't score as many points, but the lack of errors certainly got them over the line as well a couple of nights ago.
Guess what is at stake for Kishore Kumar's Calicut Heroes? A win tonight, a biggish win tonight. We'll see them topple the Kolkata Thunderbolts from the top of the table, although it's still early days, but who doesn't want to be top of the pile?
Correct. I think when you're looking at coming top 4 to get through to the final 4 of the playoffs round, a good start is so vital to get confidence. You don't need to win the league. You just have to get as many wins as you can, as early as you can.
I suppose 4 wins should do it. However, we're still in the early stages of the tournament.
Well, in my head, 4 is the magic number. 3 was the magic number last year, and there's one more team with the Mumbai Meteors this year as well.
If they win tonight, that's half the job done for the Heroes. This takes the pressure off, and as they go along, they can perhaps try and experiment a little bit in terms of their personnel, or tactically could try new things.
Correct. It allows you to build balance and get your bench players on as well. But Hyderabad, they only went to sleep for me for half the set. So they still have very much a chance here if they continue as they played at the back end of the previous set.
So the third set is underway. It's 1-0. Good start for Hyderabad. They're going to need more of that. I think they can. Here's a look at how they won this last point. A little bit of a scramble there. That high ball on the outside, a well-formed... Well, there was no block, actually.
Yeah, I think we're all a bit baffled by that one. Might have to see that one again as back underway. Side out needed for the Heroes. That's an absolute rasper. That's sat on the line beautifully.
Oh.
That is world-class transition play from the Hyderabad Blackhawks.
I love that bit from Matt Hilling. Just pull Jerome back, stay focused. It's your game to lose, guys.
Yeah, that's the show of a really good captain saying, it's my job to talk to the ref. Don't get hot-headed here. That's a great defense. I'm not sure what he's upset about.
Unbelievable defense, and then this Guru in offense puts away. I mean, when you play defense, you've got to sit still. You've got to be still on the contact. Great position. You had to make 2 or 3 steps backwards, which is never easy, moving backwards to then hold. Brilliant work from the Blackhawks.
So Jerome's yelling about perhaps that being a double touch on the setter, but looks clean to me.
Clutching at straws, I'd say, Keith.
We spoke about how anger seems to propel Jerome beneath. It seems to work like the fuel that he needs to bring his A game to the play, but if you overdo it, it could harm him really. You don't want to shoot yourself in the foot.
We had a glimpse of that, didn't we, in the first game from the Heroes, where it all got really tense. They started going at the referee, going at the scorer, and in the end, Matt Hilling had to bring the calm. That will work in Hyderabad's favour if they can start to wind up Calicut a little bit.
If you're calling it a glimpse, that's the best euphemism on the planet. It was a lava of anger.
Correct, yeah.
2-1 in the third set. This time the block was there. They've been able to recycle. Guru not in position. The block was. Yes, very well. Guru was not ready for that spike. Sandoval's
done an unbelievable bit of work there. Manish and Key proving that he's not just a point scorer offensively. Makes one block. Look at him off the ball. You can't quite see him, but there he pops up again. Two really influential bits of play in quick succession. Forces the ball to Ashwin. Ashwin makes the block, but Sandoval's very much a part of that play.
Yeah, that ball really inside as well. Guru trying to get there with his feet, but he ends up leaning and going straight into the block.
Vignesh was not in position. Here it comes again. This time Ukra takes it on. Sandoval with the set. Oh. Very, very cool-headed shot, that. Ice cool from Ashwin there.
Well, on this occasion, the middle blocker's job is to decide whether you jump or don't jump. Trent O'Day, I think, made it pretty clear that they weren't going to jump. It's a little bit off the net, so he's pulled off. He's put his hands up to say, we're not blocking, fellas. So it is a RuPay contactless shot because nobody touched it, but the defense needs to see that he's pulled off and come a little shallow.
Absolutely. Step up, down ball. All three of them should have taken at least one step up and take a shot. It's not like Trent O'Day would not have communicated that. Well, all of a sudden, O'Day is now over to the referee, but something's telling me that Hyderabad, like we saw in that loss to Calcutta a couple of nights ago, is starting to dig their own holes.
So I think what's been called here is a backcourt attack. Guru's in the back, he cannot jump in front of that line, and in an instance, he's trying to just keep himself underneath the plane of the net, because that's the rule, you've got to be under the plane of the net, but referee saw it, and I think it's the right call.
He's saying, please don't penalise me, please don't penalise me, and penalised.
The gentle nudge was so unnatural from Guru. You want to spike. Calicut. Ukra. Jerome. That's the recipe for success.
One question I have about Hyderabad at the moment is we've seen Guru and we've seen Aaron Sibby. They're both unbelievable athletic specimens that play in the same position. I would love somehow, if it was possible, to have them both in the same team. It would give them such an aggressive dynamic.
So we're giving this the RuPay contactless shot. Again, a crazy angle there on the swing, but I gotta tell you, you saw that slowdown from Sandoval, right? That ball came off his hands and was basically a free ball, allowing the attackers to do whatever they wanted.
And I'll tell you what, Mohan Ukra Pandyan, that man on your screen, has raised his game, and he's also enabling the likes of Sandoval, Ashwin, and Jerome to perform freely. Guru, hailing. There was some shelling or hailing from Guru.
I mean, he packs an unbelievable punch, doesn't he? He goes away from the ball, he goes through the body, but again, he's been freer this evening when the ball's travelled longer lines and distances to get him. Look at here, the ball's into the middle, towards the left. There's a lot of space for Sandoval to get to. That's how you unlock Guru. You don't want two blockers on him.
Yeah, they've got to give him that width, exactly like you called there. He's got that space to go down the line. He's not flying into the block.
5-3 to Calicut. Here comes Sandoval. Always gets the magic touch. Sandoval is the king of the jungle. Euros stop him from there. Right in the middle of that front court. Once again, RuPay on the go point from Super Sando for the Heroes.
Yes, I know.
So there's a bit of conversation as well. I think the players, Trent O'Day asking if that might have been a lift. He held on to that just a little bit long.
Interesting. Trent O'Day went in to quiz this, and then he got sent away. I mean, he's got a point, isn't he? But not quite. You're not allowed to throw the ball. If it's a quick contact, it's fine. If it looks like it's nestled in the palm of your hand and thrown, then you're in trouble.
It's good to understand these volleyball basics from Louis Lett and Key Michael.
Nice cover.
There we go. Awkward position. He almost pulled it off. Guru from zone 4 has the opposite.
I like that cover, first of all. So the Hyderabad libero, I think it was, giving another opportunity for Hyderabad to go again, but Guru being forced really far outside the antenna. There it is, there's that pickup, and I like that defense.
Just getting a little bit cagey and scrappy, isn't it, for Hyderabad? And that's exactly what they don't want at 2-0 down.
Now, Zamora's just walked on court. He couldn't do the job with that set on that previous point. Carlos Zamora from Colombia. Here we go. Boom!
Oh. Oh.
Why would you overhit that one? He's so cross with himself, Jerome.
Have a free gift.
Yeah.
Yeah, please.
It's a welcome gift.
Take my house, my car keys, everything.
It's like fruit punch at a party. As soon as you arrive, Zamora was told from by Jerome, there you go. Take a little souvenir as you join this party.
And Zamora is going to be so relieved from that, because that was an overpass. That was a gift, as is that one.
And these are just the small things that you can't afford. I think he's rushed there. He gets back behind the service line, takes off pretty quickly, and in turn we go to the all-called technical timeout. Can Hyderabad Blackhawks get back into this one? You have to come back and see.
Oh, there he is. Arjun Halappa, former India captain, former India hockey captain, 2010 Commonwealth Games silver medalist as well. He's here with his daughter, doing a lot of good work in sport. Good to see Arjun Halappa here in the audience at the Kormangla Indoor Stadium. This man wants to own this stadium. His name is Sandoval, and this is what he does.
That has a nice ring to it, the Sandoval Stadium. But I think Trent O'Day is going to have something to say about it as well. The Aussie middle versus middle aggression. Ooh, I love it, love it.
Yeah, we do love it. We just feel that Hyderabad are making this game a little bit too much hard work for themselves at times. But Trent O'Day, he is giving everything to the cause out there, and that's so vital, not just for this game, but for the rest of the competition.
You're exactly right. Now he has a chance to serve. And a nice soft one, easy ball to Ukra. Behind to Jerome, who sent back Zamora, getting involved in the block.
Oh my word. Zamora's blocking may have just opened the door again for the Blackhawks. Hanging in the air forever. Sees it. He has to adapt. He has to hang, and then he swats. Maybe Hyderabad have just taken a mental edge back over their opponents. That man in the middle of it.
That's a nice change-up by Jerome to try and do something different. Didn't work that time, but do we see an ace? Oh, that's close. That could be worth a challenge. Trent's looking around as well.
If they think it's close, surely it's worth another look, because 9-6 could be 8-8. 9-6, there's no coming back, surely.
The problem with the challenge system is if you lose it, it's gone.
Oh my word.
That's very close.
So
they only had 4 seconds to challenge, so that is already gone. And probably they made the right call, because it does look like it's out.
They quickly took a look at the coach, Tom Joseph, and said no, straight away. Why waste it? Jerome to Zamora. Confusion. Zamora wanted first and the third touch. Over-ambitious on that occasion.
It just shows how crazy this game is. An inch the other way, all of a sudden it's back to 8-8. It's not 8-8, it's 9-6. And then a blowout the back from Zamora, and this game's almost over.
You say that, but we haven't seen a super point yet. Those are the cogs in the wheel, the wrinkles in the game.
If Calicut win this next point, super point coming up for sure. Hyderabad are playing catching up. They've lost the first 2 sets. Calicut 5 points away from registering their second win. Smart serve. He's trusting his blockers. However, Hemant, the He-Man, came up with the good. Tom Joseph's not reacting. He knows there's a long, long way to go in this match. They've got to win this set first. They're trailing by 3 still.
I've got to say, I've been impressed with Vignesh, who's come in for Asmat today, passing that ball perfectly under pressure, unleashing He-Man, not forgetting He-Man, the gold player in the draft.
Hilling.
Oh! Overpass, some pressure on Matt Yes.
Here they come. Deja vu here in Bengaluru, similar to what we saw previously in the second set. They do all the hard work, the Calicut heroes, then they open up the door. The question is, can Hyderabad storm through and take a set back here?
Hemant reached that ball just in the nick of time. Ukra sets it, shot set. Did he spike it right? Yes, very much so. The number 14, Shafiq Rahman there.
Interesting. So there's that slide attack that the coach Kishore Kumar is so well known for, and he runs it a little bit in this team. But the question is, was there a touch in the block or was it straight out?
Rumour has it we can get him out here having a run before. We've got a review. They are using that review. Very smart. Is the ball in or out here? Hyderabad's future rests on this for me. It rests. Was there a touch?
I don't see a touch.
I don't see a touch. If it was a touch that was given, there is no touch.
The pinky finger.
No.
Yes.
No.
We'll find out.
What do you say? What do you say, Manish?
Look,
Come on.
the first rep said point to Calicut. They've got to have enough evidence
No.
There's no touch for
to
me.
overturn that decision. They've got to have conclusive evidence to overturn the first rep's decision.
Well,
Here we go, Bob. It is unsuccessful.
Bobby.
Oh.
I told you so. That's the law.
Oh, you're gonna gloat now, Manisha. Look at you sitting there all smug.
We're gonna have a chat with Bobby over dinner about this.
Yeah, I think we need to go and eat doses with Bobby later on.
That's the law. The first rep said point to Calicut. Now, to overturn that decision, you've got to have enough conclusive evidence.
Oh.
Has that been changed? Oh, that's been changed.
Hang
More drama.
How do you like those apples, Manish?
Oh, Bobby, you've redeemed yourself. Bobby, we're
How do
back.
you like that, Manish?
We're friends again, Bobby. We're back in good stead.
I've never seen a smug man. All of a sudden, he's just been humbled next to us.
He picked up the wrong paddle, apparently.
Picked up the wrong paddle, forgot who had challenged. Well, I like that. I like when someone will admit when they're wrong and give the point to the right team.
Well, everything's red, including the paddle. Matt Hilling gets the point. This time there was a clear block.
Look, I'm going to jump in here. They got a little bit of success out of serving Hilling 2 points ago. But the one thing that Hilling's really good at is fixing it. He might make a slight error, but the next 2 passes have been on point. I would go away from him now.
That's his new nickname, Mr. Fix-It from Calicut.
Yeah, he's super calm in these moments, right? He's been there before. He's an international player. He knows what it's like to be down a couple points or up a couple points, so he's just smooth and calm.
Also, Dad's watching a few feet away. His father,
A
that
very
man's
proud
father is
father
in the
as well.
crowd as well, yes. Lovely man, Matt Hilling. Here we go. We haven't seen a spike from Guru for a long, long time. This time he'll get the point. Enough spice on that spike for it to return with a point. 11-10. Can Hyderabad clinch this set and keep themselves in the hunt? If not, Calicut will have 2 more points on the points table.
My thing for Hyderabad is concentration and focus. I think when they're playing and they're vibing, for want of a better word, wanting a better word, definitely, they're very, very strong. The question is they can't concentrate or focus for a whole set at the moment. Sloppy errors, but they're right in the mix.
Oh!
Right on cue.
Was that Ukra with the magic touch? Firstly, Prabhakaran, that man on your screen, the little man, the libero. What a great pass. Little man, big ability. Take a look at this serve. Hemant, great trajectory. Straight at Prabhakaran. Then comes Ukra with the experience, the magic touch. That is beautiful volleyball.
It's just a miscommunication for me. 2 players saw it, stepped in, tried to grab it, but then just didn't.
Good point for Hyderabad. That means that this is worth 2. Calicut are either going to have match point or we're going to be tied after this serve. Exactly what I was just saying. Hyderabad let themselves down in so many little ways.
Straight at Anand, the libero. Here comes Guru, but the ball's going the other way. That's landing outside. Made a mess of it. And that means the Calicut Heroes have 4 match points. Take that, said the Heroes.
They've done so much good, the Blackhawks, over the last 10 minutes to get themselves back in this game. And then 2 plays which are really untidy. Now Sujan's just gone to Vignesh in his first game. I wouldn't have done that under this big clutch moment, and in turn the ball's gone out. Game over.
Should have gone to Guru.
Yeah, but they've been going to Guru so much. I actually like that change-up, that set. It was only out by a little bit, and there was no defense in sight.
Well, I don't think they can afford too many experiments. Go back to your plan A. That's your plan A. That is your plan A, Guru. Keep going to Guru.
I agree. I wouldn't. Vignesh has just come in. They played 2 games already. It's a lot to ask to give the biggest point in the game to the lad who's just come in and maybe trained once with the team. Guru, in those big moments, you need the big guns firing.
And Guru has actually, we're going to look up the stat later, but he's pretty much had every single set point, every single super point, and he scored it.
Saved with some emotion. A little later when he spikes again. Will it be now? No, 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 no. It isn't to be for Hyderabad as the Calicut Heroes have registered their second win in their second match. The Red Army prevails. They win the first 3 sets. They're all smiles, jubilations in the stands for Chembala, 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 the Red Army. This is what you call total domination, and that's how they seal the deal with a gentle touch. Watch out the Kolkata Thunderbolts. The Calicut Heroes are coming your way.
Total domination, 3 sets, relatively unpressed. The question now is, how does Hyderabad respond? They need to get a couple of sets. We will see when we come back, so stick around. Lots more volleyball to play in the RuPay Prime Volleyball League.
Well, Bengaluru certainly renowned for its parties, and we have got a real party atmosphere here. Super points galore, and the big points went against Hyderabad Blackhawks, and it's 3-0 now to the Calicut Heroes. P. Michael, the stats.
Here's what we've seen so far. It's 3-0 to Calicut. Look at the number of unforced errors. 16 by Hyderabad, only 6 from Calicut. That's telling me that Calicut they're playing a little bit safe, a little bit calm, and the Blackhawks are a little bit all over the place. That's what we've seen so far. The successful teams are playing it safer. You can go over to volleyballworld.com and get your exclusive stats of the RuPay Prime Volleyball League and tell us what you think as well.
My takeaway from those numbers is key. Discipline is the cornerstone of Calicut Heroes' success. They've been so tight, they've been miserly, they've been disciplined. They've stuck to their plan and they've executed it to perfection. The reason they don't have so many errors against their name is discipline.
Yeah, you're exactly right. And in this league, that's what you need, especially in these really short bursts. So here we're looking at the A23 fantasy player points. Again, 2 of the Kolkata players right there at the top. Ahmedabad in the middle there, and a couple of other players. Svetlov, Kartek.
Very soon you'll see Sandoval on this list. Or Jerome. Who knows? So many heroes tonight. It's been a complete team performance from the Calicut Heroes.
Absolutely, complete team performance. We haven't seen Sandoval take the ball by the horns as we did in that first game for them against the Meteors. But Matt Hilling, as we said, he's the glue. He underpins this, not just in the way of point scoring. You say that they haven't been as inconsistent. He's organising an awful lot in there, defensively, passing-wise, blocking-wise. Outstanding.
I can't wait to see the Calicut Heroes play in Kochi. In that fantastic state of Kerala, we will have the kind of party we haven't seen yet. I promise you, that's the start of the 4th set.
So Calicut, interestingly, throwing on a new setter in the mix for the last couple of sets. How do you like that move, Louis?
Yeah, I'm interested to see what happens here, because obviously so much has, well, Ukra has been pulling all the strings over the past 2 games. It's time to see what the bench sort of has. And I think it's smart from Kishore, because it just rests Ukra as well. He's 36.
Yeah.
He's just sort of sparing Ukra for a little bit, Manish.
Yes, I think he took a while to get going. Ugrapanyan looked a little lost at the start of this match. The moment Sandoval found his form, the belief was back in this team. Ukra sort of tweaked his settings as well, pressed the refresh button, and off he went.
One thing I find really interesting about the Heroes, they've got 3 setters in there. Oh, and they can all set. Hello. We just said he hasn't been scoring, but Arshan Ali has gone, there you go, Sandoval. I'll serve it up on the plate, and you feast on that, mate.
Yeah, I don't know why you sound surprised. That's a beautiful set, nice and high, perfect angle. Gives Sandoval a RuPay contactless shot because no block in sight.
So effortless. Made it look so easy. I'm sure it isn't. That man, Sandoval, he is the new darling of the whole of Calicut. Straight to Anand. Oh. And an opportunity for Trent today. Where have you been, sir?
Anything you can do, I can do better.
Yeah,
audacious from O'Day.
Look, O'Day is so important in the offense. We're going to hammer on about it, but he's getting involved. He's getting up early. Sandoval's still reeling from his own point, and he's a little bit a step late there for Trent.
How would a Brit say? How would a Brit react to that point?
Audacious.
Oh dear. That was lovely. Oh dear.
I cannot with you two.
Boom. No, not to be.
Oh, nice up.
Great pancake. Has to send it across. Only 3 touches allowed, remember. Sandoval. No, it is Jerome. Jerome lined himself up, but Hemant was there with the block. One-man block, stopping Jerome. How's that for a souvenir?
What you're seeing there is maybe Arshan's just setting a little bit slower than Ukra, and in turn the timing's a little bit out, and the relationship between the hitter and a little bit too early, and the Blackhawks managed to counter.
Attribute that to anticipation. Hemant anticipated correctly, and the simple execution, good enough. Guru has been quiet for a while. Jerome, Anand. Okay, still in play. Long rally. I missed the dinner block. Did I just say Guru's been quiet?
Huge block in the front, and I think we underestimate the amount that you mentioned, Louis, how different it is having a new setter come in, the speed of the ball, the timing, the spacing, how close it is to the net, all those things you have to adjust as a hitter now that you have a new setter on board.
Monster block that, blockbuster block that, shocker block that. Super stuff from Tentrodia. Unfortunately, it's come a little too late. 5-1. Sandoval tries to bring them back. No, it's 6-1. Now, guess who's watching this match very, very closely? Ashwal Rice, Kolkata Thunderbolts. I'll tell you why. If Calicut win one of the 2 sets remaining, either this one or the next, Calicut will go top of the table. They will send Kolkata to number 2 and Mumbai to number 3.
And I think it would be thoroughly deserved, because just remember that opening game, that 4-1 win against the Mumbai Meteors. And look at how good the Meteors played last night. They were superb. So already we're starting to see some of the better teams I think we'll see in the Final 4 doing business already here in the league.
How quickly the Calicut Heroes recover during a point. They seem for a second, they seem out of system, and then they just get into position so quickly. Talk to us about that, Keith.
Well, it's important to get back into it, right? They've already won the match 3-0, so they can't lose focus. They need these next few sets. They're looking a little bit out of sorts again, that big change through the setting position. But I think they can come back. They've got a lot more to prove. That ball's really, really inside. You see how far the hitter has to swing and lean into the block. So we've got a challenge on our hands.
And also, the more that ball drops inside, the more they can only hit cross-court. So that ball has to be really wide over the shoulder here to access the line. If it doesn't get into what's called the hitting window, you're going straight into the shock absorbers, as you call them, Manish, of Trent O'Day.
I wonder why Hyderabad reviewed it.
on court. We're curious too what this review is about, because that looked like a pretty clean swing into the block, didn't see a net touch, just went straight out.
To the score now.
They might have been challenging whether the setter was over the net, but in this league you cannot challenge it.
Well, Hyderabad is starting to find some rhythm. Imantha on the left side stays high, goes off the block, and I think he's been outstanding. He's gradually improved 2 points in the first game against the defenders, 9 against the Thunderbolts, and also you have to say the libero and now just holding on to that ball. I mean, if you're going to miss, it's better to miss tight with the pass key, isn't it, instead of passing off the net.
Yeah, absolutely, and that's a good offense run. Nice tight ball as well, wide. A lot of hitting options there for him.
Jerome. Big spike. Was in play. Not anymore. Hyderabad get it.
Hyderabad on a roll. I think that was a net touch called there, but Hyderabad looking like a totally different team now.
Yes, it all called technical timeout. Can Hyderabad win the last 2 sets? You have to race back in just a moment. We're going to take a quick break. We'll see you soon.
Welcome back to the Prime Volleyball League, the RuPay Prime Volleyball League, and here is the MVP leaderboard. Guru right there at the top. Vinit Kumar, Anu James, Sandoval, and Manoj of Ahmedabad.
Just proves how important Guru is to this team, that they're going to be looking at a 1-2 record, 1 win, 2 losses, but Guru's still top of the rankings. Well, Trent O'Day, and have a look at that. I feel like they are playing now like they have nothing to lose. They don't have anything to lose, but the service pressure's gone up, the accuracy's gone up, and maybe Hyderabad can learn some real lessons from this attitude that they're showing now.
Yeah, really good serve there from Trent, and it coming at a great time. They need to get this momentum flowing, get their mind focused on these 2 sets.
Another big serve from TOD. And now the middleman's taking the free ball. Hyderabad are glowing here in Bengaluru. They have lost the war, but they still have a couple of key battles to fight out against the heroes.
The invite to the party said arrive at 7 p.m. They've arrived at 8:45. Too late, too little.
We haven't seen a lot out of John Joseph yet. I think that's his first point of the match. If you're going to come in at the 4th set, you're exactly right. That's a little bit too late. The match is almost already gone, but at least he's here now.
And that baffles me, because he made 7 points in the first game as well. As we have a look at the top 5 blockers, RuPay has been outstanding, the ace champion from last year. Trent O'Day in 5th place at the moment with 6 blocks. This shows how influential he is. I don't think we've seen the best of Ashwal Rai either from Calcutta.
The question is, the moment Ashwal Rai blocked is when you block. Ashwal Rai held his nerve, kept his calm, and he's managed to block big spikes in big moments. I suppose.
You're on the money, Manish.
It's the company I keep, the 2 of you.
I've got you on the blocking game as well. Look, everyone's going for the middle blockers now. Starting to trend.
Oh, Trent O'Day, a good innings at the baseline this time, and he's been removed and replaced. And I have to say, if you compare this with the performance of yesterday, Mumbai Meteors, they were relentless after going 3-0 up. It's not quite the same from Calicut Heroes at the moment.
Heyman is trying to wake the crowd up. For the few Hyderabadi supporters there are in the house. Well, if you look at the scoreline, they've already lost the match by losing the first 3 sets. And at the end of that 3rd set, a lot of the Hyderabadis, passionate Hyderabadi sports lovers would have said, "Yeah, Bengal performance kiya miya." Don't ask me to translate
Yeah,
that
I was
in
going to
English.
say, I have no idea what you just said.
3-11. Almost 4-11. Matilin get back on court. Guru sends it out. 4-11 it is.
That was tough to call from our angle. Looked like it might have been in, but not worth really calling a challenge right now for Hyderabad.
Well, your finger was pointing right to the floor. You were pointing down, saying that was it.
Let's look at it again. Come on, guys. Ooh, no, there was a little bit of space, I think, between the end line.
Should have gone down the line, should he?
Yeah, easier said than done. The width of the ball has to be right with the set to access the line. That hitting, I like that swing because he's falling away. Oh!
Why did they replay that shot?
Because it was a great shot. That's why. Well, hitting. It was a great shot, fading away, fast hand. 3 away from Hyderabad. It's a bit of a middle order collapse from Calicut at the moment.
And for the first time, as they're trailing by 8 points, they've decided to up the stakes to 2 points. Calicut have called for a super point, which is worth 2 once again. I remind you, a super point in this league is worth 2 points. So the score could either be 14-4 or 6-12. Here we go. Calicut will spike first. Oh, they couldn't manage it. Now it's up to the Hyderabad Blackhawks. Ahmed nails it, drills it, thrills it.
He is playing with so much aggression. He has no fear against that block, and that's what I love. They're in this pressure situation, and we talked about Guru being the only one that can score the super points. Tell me that's not a courageous swing.
That is a courageous swing. You could have 25 defending that. No one's going to dig it because it's so far on the sideline, and you can't put a defender on the sideline. They have to be taking more court than that.
With that kind of lunge, he could have won the long jump Olympic gold medal. Just took off beautifully. What a serve! Where was that howitzer missile? Where was the rifle kept?
He-Man showing up and showing out. You know what? They would have loved to have this a couple of sets ago, but that's impressive stuff out of He-Man.
Kolkata celebrating. If they don't want Calicut to win another set, they'll hope for a 3-2 result.
Well, can someone please make all this make sense? It's absolute carnage here.
Well, that's a huge serve, an ace serve, but again, talk to me about the change of personnel. The setter is a huge part of the match.
That's what you call a hawk attack from Heyman. Hashtag hawk attack. Trends every time Hyderabad do well. They win the 4th set 15-4. The 5th and final set coming up. Stay tuned.
Well, the Hyderabad Blackhawks have pulled one back in set 4. It's a little bit too little, too late for them, having already lost the match, conceding the first 3 sets to the Calicut Heroes, who will be marching up the league this evening. Let's have a look at some stats before we go into set 5.
So with 3-1 now, here's what we're looking at. Some successful spikes, 28-20. Again, unforced errors still pretty low from Calicut, 11. But for me, they only scored 2 points. Sandoval had a point and Jerome had a point. But for Hyderabad, 3 for Heyman, 3 for Trent, 2 for John Joseph. There just wasn't really anyone else firing for Calicut. If you want to go and see all those stats broken down, head over to Volleyball World. That's where I'm getting all my stats, and it is fascinating to see how it all plays out.
Well, here we go. Will it be 4-1? Will Hyderabad crescendo their way to a 3-2 loss here? Hyderabad, in my eyes, where was this bravery at the start, this aggressive intention of volleyball? It's almost as if the chains have been taken off of this performance when they've already lost the match. And to me, that's fascinating.
And that's what's so exciting about this league, right? So the setter Ukra has come back in, and he had that connection with Sandoval earlier. Sandoval got away with these kind of throw tips earlier on, but not that time.
Henning steps in. back on the reverse. It's almost just chopped into the angle from Jerome. Chance through the pipe. Free ball's going to be dealt with lovely. It should be a sharp angle. What a dig! My word, Hyderabad. Where has this been in the opening 3 sets? And Andy's there again. But this is where they've let themselves down. Trento Day's reaction tells us everything we need to know. You have to do the simple things well.
Man, some huge defensive action from both teams. Love the libero there, Anand getting in on it. But that's what was missing for me. Ukra getting in and adding that extra layer of a threat.
The top of the pile awaits the Calicut Heroes. If they win this set, they will have it.
How many times is Ukra gonna play there? I mean, the libero for me, he does get across, but I would be sitting in so much more central with Ukra. I would be shadowing him. I wouldn't be sat on the sideline as far to start with in that point when it's a front court setup.
It's so easy for us to say from up here in the commentary box as we sip our drinks and eat our chips.
But you have to problem solve though. And he scored every single time, so at some point you've got to make some sort of decision to counteract the offensive strategy against you.
Yeah, nice goal. Oh, how do you counteract that offensive strategy? Sandoval getting a massive one in the middle.
I suspect someone's gone and whispered into Kishore Kumar's ears that they need to win this set to topple Kolkata off that top position.
He's straight back in and he's pulling the strings. We've seen that one before. It's funny, this little chess match here, because previously we've seen O'Day go on the real sharp angle. Now he stays a little bit more narrow and he gets beaten sharp.
Ooh, there's a little bit of conversation between the players. I like it. It's getting spicy out on court. Guru and Sandoval with a couple of things to say about each other or to each other. Do you know what? The characters in this league are fascinating.
It's the best, isn't it? The characters and personalities, you wouldn't want to be anywhere else.
I bet they wouldn't hurt a fly off the court, but on the court, do not mess with them.
Chance for Hyderabad to spike. Ahmad once again overdoes it, overcooks it. His time will come. He's shown enough spark tonight for us to believe that he can be the support that Guru has been searching for.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, absolutely.
Yeah, he's turned it on, right? We've seen what he could do now. Those pipes, he was getting those angles. He's going for those shots. He's going aggressive, it's right. He's got some renewed energy.
Also, don't forget this team had Ranjit Singh signed for 15 lakh. Lost him for various reasons, and they've also lost Asmat on the outside as well. So they have been punctured with these performances, with things outside of their control. They're having to call on players that they might not have necessarily have had to call on if everything was rosy.
Well, the truth is, that's the card that life has dealt, and they've got to manage with the available resources. If they live in the past, if they allow their excuse to brew in their heads, they will never be able to do justice to their abilities. Ranjit isn't there, that's a reality. Face it, move on.
You're not just a pretty face, Manish, are you? Look at the wisdom.
It's the company I keep once again.
It's unbelievable.
Speaking of pretty faces, Guru, I think Sandoval's gotten in his head a little bit after looking at that serve.
Four apiece in the fifth set.
Oh, line judge has given it.
Oh yes!
Flags down.
It's the fast super serve. Jerome beneath does the trick. They want to challenge it. Blackhawks want to challenge it.
I mean, if that's in, it's unpassable.
And that's what's so interesting about this league, right? This could be worth 2 because it'd be a super serve. If this challenge is successful, it's overturned. But if it's not, no more challenges left.
I think it's in.
Looks out to me.
I think it's in.
Did it just kiss that line?
Oh,
it looks in from this angle though.
Bobby.
All down to you, Bobby. What do you see? No so tough to call. It's so tough to call from these angles.
It's toughness for Bobby Vajane, the video referee. Pick up the right paddle, Bobby.
It may have just kissed the line. Come on, Bobby. It is a super serve for the Calicut Heroes. Well done, Jerome Vinny. That super serve is worth 2 points. That is probably the best super serve of the tournament so far. Unpassable.
I love how he just goes and sees the fans afterwards for a quick chat as well. Go on, Jerome.
And the best part about this, an ace, even if it's 99% out, it's still an ace. All you need is that tiny little tickle on the line, and that's what he gets.
Kiss of life, kiss of life.
Right.
Safir, one of the co-owners of Calicut Heroes, loved it. Was going for another one, now not on that occasion. Don't get greedy, Jerome, don't get greedy. There's that smile on his face. Yeah, take a look at that.
Well, the confidence is returning to Calicut, at the very least, we can say that.
Yeah, there's so many strange things. I mean, Ukra maybe has more of an effect on this team than even we know. He's come back in, and the ship's been steadied from nowhere. Oh, that's right.
The one-leg sneaky shot behind, that is classic Kishore Kumar coaching.
Show me Maroof, the Iranian setter, without showing me Maroof. Unbelievable creativity out of Ukra there.
It's the beard that does it for me. It's not just the beard.
Not the one-handed setting off the right foot.
Yeah, that probably got a little bit to do with it as well.
Well, he's the senior pro. His job is to show the younger players the way. That's exactly what he did. What a great serve, straight at Anand. Chance to spy for Guru. He doesn't. He goes for a very different touch. Block.
Someone's on the net here. Now Sujan. And the reason is that he's having to rush so quickly to get out and make that block. He's set the ball, then he has to go and make a block, and his momentum's taking him through the net this time. And it's time for a more cool technical timeout. It's been a great game. Come back and watch the finish with us. We'll be back shortly.
Welcome back to the RuPay Prime Volleyball League. If you're enjoying this, head over to treasureclub.io and you can own your favorite moments of the match by buying an NFT. I'm not gonna lie, I don't even know what an NFT is, but you should definitely go and grab one.
RuPay VIP box B on the go. No better seat in this house as we approach the final moments of this one.
And we must thank Brand RuPay for being steadfast partners of this game-changing league. It's so important to have everyone coming together for this godsend opportunity for these players from India and across the world.
What an experience for everyone involved, though. We're having a ridiculously good time here with you guys as well.
Prabhakar are not too happy with that pass, but they will make amends thanks to that final touch from zone 4 there. Prabhakar wasn't happy, but Asif made amends.
Yeah, that sharp angle right underneath Trent. So Trent's pretty much done exactly what he should do there. I think that block might have been set up just a bit wide because he's so far out wide, he can't swing that line. He can't pull that back across his body.
Approach line too much on an angle, too wide on the pin. A great swing all the same, though, but you'd want somebody on it.
Oh, Al Sujan said, hit the gym, hit the weights, Sandoval.
Well, Lao Sujan, a lot was asked of him in the build-up to this game, using the middle. He's certainly done that, and here he's got one past one of the biggest weapons. And yeah, that's a little bit unorthodox.
Hot potato, doesn't like it, Sandoval.
And that's so tough as a middle as well, because the setter's smaller. The setter's always going to have the second touch. But you know what? Pump some weights.
There comes the ball of fire from Jerome Vinit. Jabaz Jerome is the name. Vinit is in it to win it.
I mean, he's been outstanding, isn't he? You can talk all you like about Hilling, Sandoval, but they're all coming together perfectly And the only other team that I think we've seen this from are the Thunderbolts consistently, where they have threats all over the net.
Are you calling it now? Calicut, Kolkata in the finals?
I'm just happy that I'm going to get back to 5-3 against you in our predictions. I needed a win tonight, Keith, desperately.
Well, Hyderabad go back to their go-to guru, and he delivers. He has been incredible for them in this matchup.
High and wide, and Hilling says, let's not worry about that one. It's a great swing.
Great ball in from Hilling, swing behind, picked up. And I think we've got an antenna call, so the point will stay with the Blackhawks in orange. However, will we see a challenge? Question for a review. Does a review still exist in the pocket of Coach Kumar?
Cooper is sort of getting ready to question it, but also getting ready to set up in position 1, the back right side of court. This is going to show us a little bit more. Does the ball hit the antenna? No, it doesn't.
No antenna there, but the call was made, the defense was made, so if anything, it should just be a replay.
Bobby. Well, the review is successful. Kishore Kumar, I mean, he's a very calm, happy man, but we're starting to see some emotion flow out of the young Indian coach. The question was, did this hit the antenna? This line judge here, you'd think is the one that called it, but his flag didn't even go up. And that, I find that really interesting to see who made that decision in the first place.
And we're seeing the discussion continue because by my count, it should be a replay. You see a lot of thumbs going up. That's the signal for we're going to just replay the point because the defense was up. The ball was still alive when the whistle was blown.
Fascinating. Trent O'Day, unsure what's going on here. And really, you're only allowed, your captain is the only person allowed to talk to an official. And that's the first referee on the stand. But that's why we love this game, because here, it's a little bit different.
We will replay the point. Serve has already gone. Good ball in from Hilling. Another swing behind, and this time a huge block from Trent O'Day.
But you talk about character, and the one thing you have to give credit to Hyderabad for is the fact that they haven't given up. They haven't gone too far down in the dumps. My other question would be, if they're capable of this level of volleyball with this much aggression, why didn't we see this same level of bravery in the opening sets?
It's a good point you make, Louis. And the other thing is, Tom Joseph needs to figure how he wants to use his resources. I suppose they haven't shown a sense of stability in the resources they've used. A super point has been called for by Calicut. They're going all in. They want to take the score to 12-9. If not, if Calicut don't win this next point, Hyderabad will get into the lead 11-10. A super point is worth 2. Here we go. Sandoval! Take a look at that shimmy from Sandoval. Hats off to the crowd, and they salute him back. They love him. Sandoval is the new son of Calicut. You could have a street named after him in Calicut.
I mean, he's certainly one of their heroes by now. If those dance moves don't do it for you, I just don't know what would.
Hilling again, underpinning that, and now Hyderabad saying, hang on a minute, it's our turn to side out for a super point. They want to get this back to 12-11. A lot riding on this one. Sandoval looking like he's going to, but staying in the middle. The ball goes out of play, and in turn, it's back to a 1-point ball game at the end of set number 5.
So back to a 1-point deficit. 2 super points in a row. Let's have a look at how they were done. That first one from Sandoval, absolute money.
Hilling passing absolute money as well there. They've served him overhand a lot, and he's passed extremely well. Ball out the back, super point and a super point, one for each team, meaning it's still a 1-point game.
Calicut 3 points away from the top of the table.
Oh, yes!
Both teams now 3 points away from different destinations.
Get the serve off of Hilling. Straight away, they've gone down a different avenue away from Hilling, and they forced a passing error.
I promise you, when Hyderabad play the next game, we will talk about Hemant before we talk about Guru.
He capitalizes on that so well. Forced overpass by O'Day, and then he's just at the net. Makes a really smooth, disciplined move to stay out of the net.
Calicut need to win this set to topple Kolkata off the top.
High ball outside to Hilling, and he is stuck, sent packing.
I love how Hyderabad have held on here. They're very united, they're very together. It's still early on in the season. Maybe they're going to keep growing through this competition. Tonight could have gone one way or another, going 3-0 down and losing the tie. They've held together, and it's so key over the long run.
If only Hyderabad could play set 4 and 5 first.
I think they'd like to redo the first 3 sets. If they were playing like this, we would be seeing a different match.
Here comes Sandoval, he always scores. Santa Claus Sandoval.
Bringing gift
And joy and merry to this Red Army. The colours matching too. Not so sure about the hairdo. Now then, if Calicut win this set, they go top of the table. If Hyderabad win this set, they go into the top 4, and Calicut go to number 2, displacing the Mumbai Meteors, who will be pushed out to number 3.
Well, there is the fantasy leaderboards. We've got some big names on there. RuPay, ace champion last year, 3-5-3. Svedinov at the foot of the top 5, 2-6-7. Nobody wriggling their way on that leaderboard this evening, but it's going to change, isn't it? We're here for a long old time yet.
Yeah, I think if we don't see any Calicut players on that board by tomorrow, I'll be really, really surprised.
Here we go. There's quite a lot riding on this, even though there's not much riding on this. Manish, will they go top of the table? Will Hyderabad get some confidence after a tough evening in the office? There's a lot to play for at 13-all.
An error there gives the Hyderabad Blackhawks a set point.
Well, well, we have a challenge.
More drama. Calicut have decided to challenge it. If that one landed inside or on the line, Calicut will go top of the table.
It'll be a 2-pointer if it's in.
Oh, that's
Kishore Kumar's the man for pulling that card out the hat. So close.
Now,
that one's out for me. See you later. A for effort though, Keith.
Smallest of margins. Yeah, I think that might have been out as well. Yep, I think we're going to see it unsuccessful. But you've got to have guts to call it in that moment. It could have ended the match. But now we play on. Hyderabad have another chance.
Well, you can see that there's a substitution being made. Now Sujan's coming out at the moment for Ahmedabad coming in to make a block on the front court. They know that Lau Sujan isn't the biggest blocker. They've taken the setter off to make a block.
here we go. Set point. Scores level. Once again, it's Jerome. Why am I not surprised?
He's been on fire all night.
He's their go-to man. And now Kishore Kumar decides to change his personnel.
And you can just see the difference between the two setters. Ukra is setting a much flatter, wider tempo, and it allows Jerome to pick the point he wants to hit it, go cross-court, go line. Anyway.
This next point will decide where the Calicut Heroes will sit on the points table. This is going to be the last point of this match. Number 8 at the RuPay Prime Volleyball League Season 2, powered by A23. Jerome to serve. Will it be another backcourt attack? Will Hyderabad finish it in their favor? Will it be 3-2? Will it be 4-1? Here we go. Calicut have it! It is 4-1! They go top of the table! The Red Army prevails! Calicut show their big ability. They hold their nerve. They win 4-1. They have displaced the Kolkata Thunderbolts, and they are now sitting red and pretty on top of that pile.
What a huge coaching move by Kishore Kumar, substituting Ukra as his go-to setter, putting in a taller setter into the front row so that he could have that big block. What a move, and what a day for Calicut.
In turn, Hyderabad again in the big moments. The pass was good, and the set here just too tight in the end. Goes to the outside. It's a beautiful bit of work from the blocker though. Kishore Kumar off the bench, and he's hardly played, but what an influence. And now the celebrations can really begin for the Calicut heroes. 2 from 2.
They beat the Mumbai Meteors 4-1. They demolished the Blackhawks Hyderabad 4-1. They are the second unbeaten team in the tournament so far, and they've gone above the Kolkata Thunderbolts on that points table, and they've got to believe this season could belong to them if they keep their mojo going. That's how it all ended. The first 3 to them, the fourth set to Hyderabad, and they come back and win it 4-1. Well done, Calicut.